Hello and welcome. We're going to get into another video. In today's video, we'll showcase some battles from FindPanic. FindPanic is an amazing streamer. He streams, if you are in North America, early in the morning, and he's from Indonesia. So I'm like around like late night for him, which is early morning for us, and I would say afternoon if you are in Europe. FindPanic streams on Twitch. I'll be leaving his stream in the description down below. He broke the 3300 MMR in the Willpower Cup using 3 neutral Pokemons. No Charm Cheese, no Mud Slap Cheese, only neutral Pokemons. So what's the unique thing about this team? There is no unique thing. Every Pokemon here is technically a safe swap, and what do we call it? We call it 3 neutral Pokemons, 3 safe Pokemons as well. That's the shiny Pokemon that you see there is Hisui Qwilfish. What does Hisui Qwilfish do? Hisui Qwilfish is like a second Shadow Drapion with Ice Beam. Think of it that way. He is not running Ice Beam here because he literally did not have TMs to get Ice Beam. So he was running some Shadow Ball or some shenanigans. But he was faking the Shadow Ball all the time. So, you know, if you don't have it, at least you have to fake it. That's like the secret into these high MMR battles. You need to always fake the nuke move. Qwilfish wins CMP against the Drapion, can take out the Drapion with 2 Aqua Tails. So if you are in a situation where like it's Qwilfish against Drapion, you're gonna win that because you win CMP and your Aqua Tail does slightly more than their Aqua Tail. Mandibuzz is running Air Slash again because Mandibuzz is here to dish out the neutral damage. I do believe that his strategy is like soft, lose the lead, then sweep with Qwilfish or the Drapion. Without further ado, let's just go and watch these battles. But this team is kind of ABB weak to Mud Slappers in the back. So you have to bait out the Mud Slapper with one of those Poison Dark. Let's just watch these battles. There's like some savage queue time. And I was watching the Pokemon GO 2 yesterday, and he's around the same elo. He was playing for 2 hours, and he was only able to find 10 battles in 2 hours. Meanwhile, I can finish 20 sets in 2 hours. That's how fast the queue time in my elo is. First battle, we see a Mandibuzz Mir. The Mandibuzz Mir here is going to be decided with whoever doesn't want to win this. We see that the opponent's Mandibuzz is 1490, which might mean that it's a bad IV, but that doesn't always mean it's a bad IV. We see that he's going straight Air Slash. This matchup takes a while, but the matchup in the back won't take a while. So you're going to see that he's always going to double up before throwing, just in case the opponent is trying to switch out and be sneaky, so we can have energy for the second Pokemon in the back. And once the Mandy is chipped, you want to leave, so I'm assuming... let's see what he does. He's the owner of the team. Exactly, that's what I expected. Once the Mandy is chipped, you swapped. Somehow his opponent get a 0-turn swap and he gets a 1-turn swap. I guess because the opponent is the one who threw the charge move. The one who threw the charge move and swap gets 0. The one who tanked the charge move gets a 1-turn swap. And this matchup here, 2 Aqua Tails do not KO because you can see that one is Shadow, one is non-Shadow. We see that FindPanic here decided to shield and farm, over farm. Instead throw, it does not KO. Oh my dude, his Shadow Drapion is a bad IV. I think his Shadow Drapion is a bad IV because they are one Shadow, one non-Shadow. They are supposed to do the same damage to each other. Point brought in the Slowbro, and we are in a kind of a scuffed situation, but we landed the crunch, so now we're cooking. We get the the defensive drop, and we have to go Qwilfish because that thing have Surf and Brutal Swing, just in case they decide to blind throw the Brutal Swing. We see that he's running Sludge, but he told me that you need Ice Beam, and he doesn't have TMs. That's how sad the story was. Is he catching a Dark Pulse or an Aerial Ace? I mean, there is no way. They throw Dark Pulse, right? Because it's a Dark Pokemon too. So opponent decided to under the charge, but they ended up losing the game because of that. I don't think it does matter, to be honest. That Leopard has a Charm, so we instantly swap to Drapion. Charm is bad when it's non-stab, so if you're going to use a Charmer, you have to use his Stab Charm. But maybe they have a theory that's like, okay, at least it's non-stab, but you also don't take super effective from Poison Sting. So, you know, like there is that factor. We swapped to Drapion, they brought in Mandibuzz. This is a matchup that will take for a while, but we don't care about it because we're just going to slash it all the way down at the end of the day, right? We don't need to shield this, as again, the play here is try to get to a charge move if you can. If you don't, just stay in. So we swapped to Qwilfish here. Why did we go to Qwilfish, not Mandy? It's simple reason. We're going for the nuke, which is our win con, and we landed the nuke. So now that was actually his win con, because if he bait, they literally 2-shield through him. And then he actually realized that and then went straight for the nuke and it KO'd the leopard. And now all we need to do is just farm them all the way down. And that was actually a great call on FindPanic. So you guys, like, battles at high MMR. Oh my, there is the God of War. We have to bait. We missed some bubbles, but it's fine because they will always shield, right? Now we just go for the nuke. No, we have to go for the bait again. The question is, can they afford no shielding? I don't think so, because now they just get Poison Sting down. And there's the Mandy. Bye-bye, Mandy. And that was an extremely well played. Next battle. This is a scuffed matchup. The chest beat is just too annoying. And somehow they're in neutral. Fury Cutter is doing less damage than our resisted Air Slash. We're going straight for the Dark Pulse because, you know, both are resisted, so you might as well throw the better one. We switch in here. They usually throw the X Scissor, but we need to just go straight Aqua Tail. We bait out the Mandy, and we're just going to go straight Aqua Tail. I mean, we have to bait out the Mud Slapper, and we have to do this. Sorry. Otherwise, the Mud Slappers will sweep. But if they bring in Mandy, that means they don't have a Mud Slapper. So our Qwilfish should be safe in the back. So it's going to be a situation of like, can the Qwilfish sweep or not? And here's something. Okay, let me go back. So if you see that FindPanic here after throwing the charge move, he aggressively swapped. Why did he swap there and not give up alignment? Because one, he can save this move and throw it on the chest piece Pokemon. And if he stay in, they will farm him all the way down, and that will give him lots of problems. These are high MMR battles. Both the trainers are extremely talented. One mistake will cost you the game. So if you can see, he banked the move and then swapped. So he did not swap without banking a move. Remember, if your Pokemon wins CMP, you have to bank a move. It's always recommended to bank a move. If your Pokemon doesn't win CMP, it doesn't matter. Dark Pulse landed, not landed, they shielded, and now we can just go straight for the Aerial Ace, to be honest. We don't have to shield this, but, you know, we get denied. Yo, this game doesn't talk. Oh no, did we actually get I don't know. I think we get the fast move. So we landed the move, and now it's Mandy in the back. Okay, it's the same Mandy. They swap in Cress, and we don't have the dark move. What does that tell you? That tells us that this is a matchup. This is a scuffed matchup, and there is no way to win. And we have to top left because we don't have the Dark Pulse. Next game, Rapidash. Rapidash is an annoying matchup. We swap. They bring in Mandy, and this is where, like, Ice Punch actually wins you the game. Sorry, Ice Beam wins you the game, because Poison Sting plus Ice Beam and Aqua Tail should do enough damage, because this Pokemon is just a freaking attack-weighted Pokemon, and, like, these moves do KO. So as you can see, he faked the Ice Beam, and opponent shielded because they have to respect, but we still went for the Sludge. Opponent, I think, miscount. I mean, if they do one more, we get to the nuke. They bring a Rapidash, and now we can just shield because we are up a shield, and we can just throw these charge moves. Oh my! He actually tapped the move. Well, this game is scuffed sometimes. You can see that he tapped on the move, but the game decided to give him one more fast move. Sometimes this game is so scuffed. Oh my, imagine being FindPanic in this situation where, like, you tap the move, the game decides to throw a charge move for you, and then throw on CMP. Because throwing on CMP is horrible, but you can see that, like, this is something I like. I always say, good players are always the players that can adapt to the lag situation. We're not supposed to have such a thing, but since the game is laggy, better players can... Okay, good players are the ones right now who can adapt to the lag quickly. Like, you can see that he under-charged because that was kind of like a game. The game kind of screwed him over, so he had to under-charge to farm them down and get some energy back. So that was a crazy good play on his end. And now they swapped into Mandy. They brought Mandy, so we can just go straight Aqua Tail. We landed the Aqua Tail. Now all we need to do is to soak all these energy on our Mandibuzz, and their fairy is dead. So now it's going to be Mandy versus the Ward, and the Ward is Shadow Drapion, something that is an extremely OP Pokemon. They threw in good timing, so now I was like, is this going to be Sludge or Aqua Tail? We have to no shield. It's always Aqua Tail. That's the answer. Throwing the Aerial Ace right away. One then throw. Is he going for the catch? He is going for the catch. Yo, FindPanic always go for the catch. They threw. And now we kind of have to shield one of these. But the question is, can we farm down or no? I don't think we can. But we have to. They brought in the Mandy, and then all we need to do is just take out this Mandy and farm the Drapion all the way down. Opponent get a DRE. Oh my, dude, he's getting robbed in these games. So, dude, despite the lag that happened, this is a crazy win because opponent did one fast move and then throw. So that's one fast move is 2 turn, and then they tap the charge move. That's a 3 turn, and he did one air slash. So the air slash is supposed to register at the same time as the time they tap the move, and they should feint with the move here. But the opponent was still able to throw another charge move. We call it DRE, damage registration error, where the damage does not register at the exact moment where it's supposed to be. And these stuff can vary because, like, you know, like as an example, FindPanic is in Indonesia, Niantic servers are in the States. So stuff like that does matter a lot. And, you know, like he would have a high ping, but it does happen with everyone. So it's just a game, like a game issue. But he was able to win it, which is very, very impressive. Opponent here has a Charmed Lippert. We get shield advantage technically, so now we just rely that on the Drapion sweep. They bring in a Charmer. And remember that this is the reason we're an air slash to have some decent charge move, fast move pressure. I mean, Snarl would have done like a neutral damage, but oh my, that was actually a good play by him. If you can see, like he was, since he is up a shield, okay, let me just go back. He is up a shield, right? And he was trying to click on the aerial ace, and then he realized that since he's up a shield, they may try to call a bait, so he instantly switched his tapping to the Dark Pulse. Because if they no shield an aerial ace, he might screw himself over. So going for the Dark Pulse is landed. Opponent realized that they should have shielded that, and FindPanic realized that that was actually the correct play. So you can see like these decisions made like simultaneously. While like the opponent is doing their fast move, like his thing is like, okay, I can't throw this, I have to throw this charge move instead, because if they no shield, I might screw myself over. And now it's a Drapion up 2 shields against 2 Pokemons. Remember that one charm will crit, so we need to swap like right away when they swap in to transfer the charm, and he is going straight Aqua Tails. I think we need like 3 of them. Yeah, 1, 2. At this point, I think we can just go Mandy. One then Mandy, yeah, amazing. They brought their own. Oh wait, it's a Snarl Mandy. That's why the Drapion is like getting chipped fast, because it's just faster pacing. Mandibuzz Mir. You can see that everyone is running Mandibuzz Mir because everyone is running Mandy because it's the best in neutral Pokemon, and it's the only Pokemon that can dish out a neutral damage to every Pokemon. Now, someone be like, oh, but Mandy is taking super effective. Well, Mandy is tanky, and it can take care of that. So you don't have to worry. So as we saw in the past, the way he plays this is that he, once he get low, he has to swap out and keep the Mandibuzz with some sort of health, just in case they have a Mud Slapper. He tried to swap. The game did not let him swap out. Oh my, dude, this is actually depressing to see, but you can see that he's like adapting quickly. Is he going to throw, like, to shield farm down or throw a charge move? I mean, since they threw the charge move, it's not worth it to throw a charge move, so we can just shield them and farm down. They swapped out, they brought in their own Skunk. I don't think a Skunk is good, but technically Skunk is the Pokemon that can beat Drapion in Ultra League, but I doubt that is the case for the Great League. I mean, they are throwing a charge move here. Most likely it's going to be a Trailblaze. No, it's a Crunch. And we go to Drapion, and now all we need to do is just throw these Aqua Tails. Do we shield here? That's the big question. We have to shield the Flamethrower, but the Crunch is not so important, and now they gave us some more energy. So now what do? We look at the top right corner. They brought in Qwilfish, or a Skunk, and we just throw. No, it's actually a Drapion, and we just throw these Aqua Tails. If we get to 1 more, I think we're cooking. Since they no shield, we can just swap out and try to do as much damage as possible. They let us get to this charge move, which is good for us now, but the thing is, they are also farming. Opponent didn't do 1 because they need this health, but I think we live 1 easily. And okay, they tried to swap to Skunk, but I don't think this is gonna help them out. Yeah, and now all we need to do is just farm them all the way down. This Aqua Tail does not KO, but we need 1 more Poison Sting to finish this Drapion, and that was a nice game. Moving into the next one. We swapped the Drapion, they brought in Air Slash Mandy. So we thrown phenomenal timing right there, and the Aqua Tail is going to be landed. And we already are like at half HP. This is how busted Mandibuzz in this cup is. Like, look at that. Like, our fast move damage plus charge move damage did some sort of health to Mandy. And Mandy did the same amount of damage to us just by doing fast moves. So this is how you're supposed to play Mandy swap in. If they have a Charmer in the lead, you have to fight for a swap. You have to, because you can't have the Charmer on the Mandibuzz. Opponent is shielding. Now, are they going to double shield this? That's very interesting to see, because, oh my, they die with the move. They die with the move. He's going straight for the Crunch because there is no point throwing the Aqua Tail there. Okay, Crunch does more and has a chance to debuff them. We did not get the debuff, but now, what do we do here? I'm actually interested to see. I think this is a Ancient Power. So once they throw it, he's just going to go straight Sludge, because one Sludge does lots of damage here, and then we swap out, I believe. Yes, we swap out, and now all we need to do is just to farm them all the way down. Moltres does beat Mandy if they have the breakpoint on the Sucker Punch, but the thing is, Moltres was so chipped, and Mandy is full health, so that's not a case anymore. They bring in the God of War, and the God of War will get farmed all the way down with the Mandibuzz. It was a nice game. Moving into the next one, we have Mandibuzz into Alolan Shadow Alolan Raticate. Shadow Alolan Raticate is the Pokemon I wanted to try next time I go live myself, so it's good to see that someone is using it. And we see that the opponent is using it with Claydol. You do need Claydol with it. And a Poison Dark. The opponent team is more like a balanced team, and here, FindPanic's team is more like an ABB team. We were able to flip switch. That was kind of crazy. I thought they will just, you know, double shield it. But the opponent doesn't care. They brought back the Raticate, and Raticate now is up energy. So we can just put it against the Mandy and shield this Hyper Fang, because the Hyper Fang does so much damage. And we kind of need to shield here, because we all know that's going to be a Poison Dark in the back. Let's be honest. And it's going to be Aqua Tail. So would you rather shield Hyper Fangs or Aqua Tails? Now watch. We landed the Aerial Ace is getting shielded. We know that the opponent now doesn't want the Mandibuzz to be against his backline. Maybe this is the time they swap. So you can see that FindPanic is holding on his energy because he doesn't want them to catch. They eventually catch, but at this point, we should be fine. He's going to build up. We should live this. And I don't know what's he going to do after. No, he's going to stay in and throw this damage. Because now, if this land, they will be in Aqua Tail range. But since they no shield, we have to farm all the way down. Is that going to happen? We will see. Opponent throwing Crunch, and that's actually greedy by the opponent. They bring back the Raticate. The Raticate has to shield. I don't think this is a good shield for them, but they are actually going for the quick attack damage. And let's see what's this. This is Hyper Fang, and the Hyper Fang does take us out. And Raticate is actually the biggest code breaker for this team. Wait, who's the next? Oh, the Masked Asian. My teammate. FindPanic against the Masked Asian. We FindPanic get a hit with the Weak Connection. Does the Weak Connection is the Weak Connection going to affect this matchup? We will see. I mean, we throw the charge move, so it's no longer a big deal. Both throw at the same time, and now this is just a matchup that will take a while, as we saw multiple times. FindPanic will always he's gonna throw one. We all know that. Once he tank a move, once he drain the energy, he will swap out. So they throw the Aerial Ace, and now, again, as always, now the Mandibuzz is at 0 energy, and this is where we see FindPanic swapping out. So he did one, then swapped out. We see a Shadow, God of War, Charming all the way down. We see a phenomenal timing by FindPanic. Aqua Tail number 1 getting a shield. Aqua Tail number 2 is also going to get a shield because, hey, they shield, they have to double down. They did not shield, so now we see a Malamar. We died with a move that's kind of like, you know, annoying. But now this is a good situation for the Drapion, because the Drapion now is going to double shield because they have to superpower and dip. This is a greedy bait by FindPanic, and it's getting a shield. You know, like if it's getting shielded, then it's no longer a greedy bait. It's like a good bait if they shield, right? We see that he ended the charge for a bit, and that was actually a crazy ended charge. Look at that. And then the Masked Asian realized that, oh, he ended charge. I need to let it go. I need to end charge too. Oh, this was actually a crazy game. FindPanic now going for the double crunch BM on he's like, I'm sending these battles to Yasser, your teammate, so I'm gonna make him see you getting BM'd. And yeah, that was a 32-71. So I assume, I think he hit 3300 at the end of the day. at the end of the stream. So yeah, thank you so much, FindPanic, for sending us these amazing battles, and thank you so much everyone for watching. If you would like to see more of FindPanic's battles, I will leave his stream in the description below. Feel free to give him a follow. And so if you stop by, let him know that you came from the Yasser Lead YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like the content, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.